29.
I would have to leave at 5 p.m.
Yeah, usually we're done then.
Okay, cool. Because I do have a question about the Azure Storage CLI integration into the director. Maybe we managed to discuss that before.
Did you create an open issue? Or do you have an open issue for that?
Oh, there is an open issue somewhere. Oh God, what is this issue? We started on that a long time ago, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there is an issue. Let me just.
This one.
Yeah, exactly this one. So in the meanwhile, we do have the CLI, right? And now we want to integrate it into the director and into the agent. But we are yet not so sure how that's actually done. So where is the package created that's then integrated into the director? So for S3 CLI, there seems to be some assembly, right? Build step, where
so I think it's just pulled in, as in like it's not. I think it's just a blob, right?
And where's that blob created?
I think in the pipeline. So here you see. So these are like already compiled binaries, and and those pipelines are running. What is it? S3 something? Yeah. So there's a CI pipeline here that builds it somewhere. Build Linux, build Windows. And I think the reason why they did it this way is because they built a Docker image. I mean, I think I can show it. It's in, or actually, I think they moved it. Didn't Long do that, right, recently? To the open source one, at least for S3. Let me log in. We have rain. It hasn't rained in a month.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. I mean, didn't Long do that? Oh, wait, the Azure Storage CLI is already here.
Yeah, but only for unit tests, right?
Yeah, so you could just be building it here, I guess.
Okay.
And putting it in a S3 bucket, and then there's 2 integration points, right? Because it's also in the Bosch agent. Or is that not some? No, it's actually not. Is it? No, it's the stem cell.
It's in the agent. It's in the agent via, oh God, Bosch utils, I guess, right? It's a long time ago that I checked it.
I thought it would end up here. Isn't there a stage that's something to do with this 3? Here, Blobstore CLIs.
Okay. Apply SH. Okay, yeah.
I think that is where it has a config SH.
Yeah.
Yeah, here. You see? So these CLIs are ending up on the stem cell, and then you probably need to do something in the agent to support calling that CLI.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay, that's great.
So those are the integration points. We can briefly look at the agent, maybe. I can find it. It's probably something Blobstore. Agent Blobstore. Yeah. I'm assuming there is something S3 then. No, is that in utils? You're thinking it's in utils?
It's such a long while ago. I mean, luckily we are picking this up now again.
External blob store provider. That seems useful.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. There's this external blob store provider used by the agent, and then there is this plain HTTP blob store. I don't know what util that is accessing the blob store as well, right?
Yeah, and that's probably for like if you're using because if you're using the Bosch CLI to add blobs to a blobs to an to a release, right? There's also that aspect. But are you planning on adding support for that as well, or is it more like
what support?
So having a Bosch release that's configured to use an Azure bucket as a storage for its external blobs, is that something you want to add? Or is it just for when you're deploying a Bosch director on Azure, you want to use it as a blob store?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So you don't want to support. I mean, I don't see a reason for wanting to support Azure for blobs of a release. Yeah, there must be something S3 related here, but I don't see it.
Yeah, but this is okay. I mean, that's something we will figure out. Yeah, that's no issue. Okay, cool. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, let's dive in.
There's not much going on.
I think Beyan has been busy doing stuff.
Yeah, he responded in the last couple of days.
Yeah, I have not been busy the last 2 weeks. Or I've been really busy, but not with this stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Isn't that the only open point that the documentation still need to be merged?
This has been merged.
Somewhere
yeah, so we need to check if there's a new Bosch director. If there's a new Bosch director, then we can merge this PR, right? We have that one. Oh, but it's not. Yeah, so it would end up in .5. So we don't have that. So we should check next week. Because this mentions this version, right?
Yeah,
so
exactly.
That's what we want to check. We want to check that that's really true. Okay. So nothing to do there.
Beyan asked for an integration test, and I said we only do integration tests currently on GCP. So this.
Yeah, we aren't testing the stem. Are we testing the stem cells in the pipeline?
On bets, yes.
Not for each IaaS, right?
No, only for GCP.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's a bit much. Also because it's like function. Yeah, it would be nice if you see a test fail, but if we're not testing on these IaaSs, then yeah, we're not gonna set that up for just this.
And agent integration tests, I have not seen any Bosch agent integration tests. I think they are just a part of.
Or we should have some. Here, integration.
Okay.
There are actually integration tests, but I don't know where they are run. Well, I know where they are run. I don't know which IaaS they are run against. So we have the Bosch agents. Test integration. This is against
Azure
I think that
apparently. Azure apparently.
Oh yeah. Why are we testing this against Azure?
It's the most used CPI in the world.
Good.
I don't know, dude.
Because I believe this was done with like some sort of like deployment where like an instance was orphaned, and then they would like do something with SSH to like replace the agent on that thing and then start testing against it. Something like weird like that. That's like the integration VM deployment. So it first creates like that deployment to get a VM up, and then it starts injecting the to be tested agent with it. But that means you are not going to go through a full VM creation life cycle.
No, which makes the disks testing of the disk.
But I mean, like, given that it's not supposed to. I mean, I think the agent is being restarted a lot, right? So you could just like do an integration test where you write out like some or mount a disk with a really weird path, right? And try seeing if you can match it. Because I think that's how these things are set up. Yeah, here, attach device. Right?
Yeah, but it's an external disk that needs to be. I don't know where they're getting.
No, it doesn't have to be an external disk, right? You can just like mimic. We just want to test that we can like.
Yeah, but this is for the ephemeral disk, and this problem did not exist for the ephemeral disks, only for the.
Yeah, sure, but like in this integration test, I think you want to test that it works when actually using file. So if you can plumb through the full configuration, you don't have to test all the Bosch bits, right? You just want like, if there's a disk in this location on a VM and you run the agent, will it work with this configuration?
Yeah, but the specific thing is that we don't want to test that. We just want to test that it does not go to the fallback, that exactly the checking the disks by ID instead of the fallback route. And I don't think we can test it this way.
I mean, there is here, attach partitioned root device, detach partitioned root device, remove device, attach loop device. There's quite some advanced stuff in here.
Okay. Well,
I'm
I can
gonna
at least test it if it works.
Yeah. I at least want to point them here. leave that open. Look at this. Look at that one after this call. Joseph has already improved it. So. An example. Oh, nice. It was what we talked. It was raised in here, right? Yeah. Perfect. I mean, that seems reasonable. I mean, given that this is just a documentation change, basically on a repo, that's just there as an example. I'm just going to merge this. Okay, let's go to the issues. Wait, what? No, that's because of filtering. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, is what it is. We talked about it at the CF day. They want more releases, so in August, 2310 will come out. That will basically, I think, then we can basically make a beginning for the 2404 LTS release. This is just look through the change logs.
How long did we need for? Well, I mean, like the change logs. I mean, I don't know how useful that is. I mean, it's more useful, I guess, to set up a pipeline at some point, right? Like we had with Bionic.
Well,
or no, we had with Jammy, right? Jammy, we did well. We had like a pipeline going with their GA channel.
Yeah. So what we did was
that 4 months in advance?
Yeah, that was 4 or 5 months in advance. Well, we did a lot of work before that, right? We did a lot of changes from Bionic, pipeline changes, and how the repositories tasks behave. And then we also did some work over in Jammy. So I think the next one should be relatively easy, unless they have some major kernel changes and GCC, etc. The normal culprits.
Maybe it makes sense that we start to create a wish list for things that we would like, the breaking changes that we would like to go into the next stem cell line, like that one particular C group. Was it C groups?
Yeah, the C group thing.
That comes to mind, right? Maybe we want to start like a milestone.
Write it already in this then, so maybe we can do like start.
And maybe no, we can create a milestone, I guess.
Yeah, okay, but just put it already in here so we can we don't forget it.
Yeah, so that no, but I have another idea here. We're gonna create a new. So is this the next LTS? No, what's the next one?
2404.
2404. Okay. Issues. But we also have milestones, right? Wait, what? What am I doing? I meant go away. 24. Wish list planning.
Wish list makes it. It's WISH.
This is WISH.
Wish.
Wishish list.
I already had a lot of these letters. I was fairly close.
Order.
It's very wishish.
Yeah.
I
mean, we have a deadline for that one.
April. And 15th of April. So yeah, this is also fine. End of April. Just yeah.
Oh.
So we have this one. We're gonna assign a milestone.
Yeah, there's also something that could be in the wish list.
I don't remember what it was. Wait, this is now in I guess discussion. Actually, sure, it's actually open for contribution. Because I don't believe that anybody has committed to going there, right? I don't know if SAP actually wants that stem cell, or I mean, it was discussed, right? There's, but it was more of like people would like that to happen, but I don't know if how much people actually want to contribute to making that happen, which is the other part. Like doing a stem cell is expensive.
Well, they have a whole team to work on it, so.
Yeah. So if that team is like up for doing that, then we need to discuss further, I guess.
Yeah, let's figure it out.
I mean, at least we can start collecting things that we think
yeah,
fall
definitely,
in there.
definitely.
Because it is not that far away, right?
Yeah.
It's better than when we do it after the fact, like we did last time.
Yeah. I mean, for Jemmy, we were in time.
For Jemmy was okay.
I mean, Jemmy, we had like a week after it was G8, we had a 1.x release, right?
Yeah. Yeah, well, we started with Bionic when Xenio was already AOL.
Yeah, I know.
It's already deprecated.
I have to leave, sorry.
Yeah.
See you next week.
See you next week.
Bye-bye.
Okay.
because this basically is open for contribution, right? So I did reach out to Amelia and she also had no context, which is not that useful.
Yeah, this is still one I don't know. I don't think it should belong in the stem cell.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I will do some more digging on our side because I feel like oh no, this was a customer that they are using open source, right? This is not a.
I think
so
they're using the open. I think they're using
they are
OCS.
using open source and they are running on vSphere.
Yeah.
Which is like a really small subset of people. This I find really weird. Why? Well, there shouldn't be anything that persists.
Well, maybe the networking, some network segmentation changed within.
What do you mean?
He's saying that he only observed this when he's migrating from Bionic to Gemmy. And it cannot be reproduced in bionic stem cells. So something changed.
Oh, wait, yeah. So he means it's in the Gemmy stem cell.
Yeah, but specifically in the Gemmy stem cell.
Yeah, no, I know.
And nobody else has this. So it could be this just specifically to the NSX, the vSphere NSX stuff. But Connie probably has the most experience in this, right? Most knowledge.
Yeah, I will ping Connie.
Yeah, maybe he knows something about this, or maybe they already seen some other issues.
I will ask him.
Yeah.
I don't think there's like other people that are running this setup because they are using the proprietary plugin instead of like the Silk-based networking. Okay, let's leave it here. I have also have to go, and then see you next week.
See you next week.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye-bye.